Hi, everybody. So it's almost the end of April, and we've been kind of under self quarantine, staying at home during the COVID-19 pandemic. Um, and my kids, my daughter especially, likes to watch the Great British Baking Show, which I've watched all of the collections that are available on Netflix. And I'm like rewatching them with her again because they're just fun, and I've totally forgotten, you know, who wins and that kind of stuff. So just because we're, stuck in home, and baking is obviously something you can do when you have a lot of time and you're stuck at home, as long as you have the ingredients you need. I found, I did a little search on Amazon for baking books, and I found this book. There we go. How to Bake Everything by Mark Bittman, and I hadn't really heard of him before. I think I might have seen a video clip or two of him talking about how we have to bring cooking and baking back into the American household, back into the kitchen, because it's just a lot of people, including us sometimes, who are a lot of times going for convenience food and fast food, when really cooking and baking things yourself is a lot of times is healthier, even when we're making kind of unhealthy things, and is cheaper, to buy your own ingredients a lot of times and make it yourself. So I try to cook a lot at home, and I do enjoy baking. But as many of you know, I have a son who has an allergy to eggs. He also has a peanut allergy. But he has an allergy to eggs, can't eat anything with eggs in it. So I started a blog many years ago called the EggFree Baker, and I did that for a while. I had about 40 followers, I think, at one point. But then life just got kind of crazy. Weirdly enough, as my kids have gotten older, gotten busier with stuff. So kind of let the blog go. I still have a Facebook page for it, and I'm still trying to bake things and figure out how to make things for him, especially so he can enjoy them that are egg free. So like last week we made donuts that were baked donuts, so not fried or the traditional type of donut, but baked donuts in a pan without eggs, and they turned out really well. We also, for those of you who don't know, we live in Colorado Springs, Colorado, which is at about 6,000 plus feet above sea level. So high altitude is also an issue. So I have decided that I am going to try and bake my way through Mark Bittram's book, How to Bake Everything. What's cool about it, and I haven't totally looked into it, but when I looked at it on Amazon, I previewed it. He has, for some of the recipes, not all of them, I don't think, but a lot of them, he has different ideas for ways to substitute ingredients when people have an allergy or an intolerance. So like making things vegan for people who are choosing to eat that way, or making things gluten-free. And so I can look at the vegan option and still use non-vegan ingredients like milk and butter, but obviously vegans don't eat eggs, so using those substitutions for the egg, things like flaxseed and applesauce and vinegar and baking soda, and those different combinations. So I'm really looking forward to it because he kind of does that for a lot of the recipes in here. So my plan here, I don't know if this is actually going to come to fruition or not, is to bake my way through this book as best I can. And if there are some things in baking that use a lot of eggs, or egg is really the main component, like a custard, I'm thinking, for example, it's probably not gonna I'm probably not gonna try something like that. But for the things where egg acts as a leavening agent or just as a binding agent to hold things together and add some moisture, a lot of times I can find some success, sometimes great success, sometimes a little success, and it might not taste exactly the same as the egg version, or look the same sometimes, but it's still pretty good. And of course my son doesn't know any different because he's never eaten the egg version of any of these things. So anyway, it's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna try my best to do it, and to talk about what I did to modify the recipes, both for the egg allergy and the high altitude issue, and gonna just kind of keep track of those with this, with these videos. So I hope you enjoy if you're following along. Thanks so much.